Hi everybody. Today I am going to do a little shoeing work. Eli, my Amish friend that does my shoeing for me, will be resetting these shoes very soon. It is October 20th, I believe. And my book tells me, I'm not a very good record keeper, but I do have this book here, and it tells me that it was actually August 13th when I reset all 4 of my horses. So they're actually almost a little overdue even now. I like to do it every two months, every 8 weeks. I've got to run up there. I didn't realize it was quite this far along, so I got to run up and check with Eli, see when I can get them in. They've got brand new shoes to go on, which is great. The shoes that are on now have been on for quite some time, and what happens is the nail holes in the shoes get big, and when they do, it's really difficult to keep the shoes tight. The hind shoes on both Lady and Bill are quite loose. So what I'm going to do today, and this is a great way to do, I think, to just keep the shoes on just a little bit longer. And I'm hoping probably next week he can do the shoeing. But anyways, what I'm going to do, or I do quite often, is I will pick up the hoof and I will pull 1 or 2 nails out on each side, and then I will put another nail in, but I will turn it just enough to get into some another part of the hoof, so I'm not going through the same hole putting the nail in the same hole that the first nail was in. This allows a tighter fit, and then I go through and tighten up all the nails that are still in there, but that, to tighten them up, just I felt has not really done a lot to keep them tight very long. But putting a new nail into fresh hoof really helps a lot more, and it might add 2 weeks to holding the shoe on. And I don't think I need to wait that long, because I think Eli will be able to do them probably next week. So, but you never know, he's busy too. So, but this will hopefully keep them from falling off. A lot of times, if they're out in the pasture or sometimes even working, they'll lose a shoe, and then you gotta, sometimes you'll break a hoof when the shoe comes off, and so it takes more repair work and it takes longer to grow that hoof back. And if they just never fall off, that's the best thing to do. So that's what I'm going to do on these 2. On the 2 black horses, I have decided I'm going to pull their hind shoes off. I am very late this year as far as fall plowing. It had been so dry that I did not want to plow because it's too dry, and now it is really wet. As you can see, mud puddles everywhere. This is Wednesday. I think, let me think now, on Saturday the girls helped me haul some firewood, and it was quite wet at that point. I had troubles even loading firewood up. On Monday morning before it rained, I was able to take these 2 and go to the woods, and I got 3 hitches out in the morning. And then it's been raining pretty well ever since. It had a little short break yesterday afternoon. I got a little bit of firewood cut, but the horses have been going out to pasture a little bit, but my barnyard is such a muddy mess. I don't like to put them out there too much. And so they have not been getting the exercise. I prefer doing any shoeing work when they're tired. They just shoe so much easier. When they're a little bit tired, they stand better. But what I have to do today is very little. I am so thankful that Eli has taken over my shoeing for me. I used to, I guess probably, he's been doing it for the last 2 years, I think. And before that, for the 25 years before that, I had to do all my own shoeing. I did it, and I did an okay job, I guess, but I'm no professional, and it's not a job I like to do. So I was so thrilled to get Eli to take over that job, and he's been doing a way better job than I can do anyways. So I think in the past 2 years, I think I've lost 2 or maybe 3 shoes. They've held that well. And sometimes I kind of forget things, and it's actually, they're on longer than they should have been. They should have been reset sooner. So he's been doing a great job. So, and now, basically the only reason why they're loose is because the nail holes in the shoes have worn so much that it's just very difficult to keep them tight. So we'll tighten them up and we'll go from there. I am pulling the shoes off the black horses because I want to start plowing. And when I'm plowing, I have a white horse two-way plow, and you can look back at some of my other videos and see that plow and see it operating. And maybe even this fall I can show some of myself plowing with the horses. But it's a two-way plow, so you have to sidestep around every single furrow to get back in, and it's very very hard to do that with shoes on, because when you've got 3 horses and you're sidestepping like this, they tend to step on each other's feet and legs with their shoes, and I don't want that because they can cause damage. So I'm thinking I'm going to just pull the shoes, hind shoes anyways, off the blacks and wait a couple weeks before I put them back on, and hopefully get my plowing done that I want to do. And that would still leave one of the chestnuts in with a hitch with shoes on, but if it's just one on the outside, it's not quite so bad. So that's my plan. I hope to get that done today and show you that. I will get at it now and see how it goes. Probably a lot of you aren't used to shoeing stocks. I love my shoeing stocks. I, for years, did all the shoeing on the ground, and you know, it's a lot of work. Even the stocks, it's a lot of work. I actually could, back years ago, I could actually shoe them a lot faster on the ground than I can with the stocks. Just the awkwardness of just being in the way and all. But it's just so much easier, and it's just, I would hate to go without it now. So these straps, I should have talked about earlier, these straps go underneath the belt and over the back. I've got 2 straps back here to hold her from backing up. And then I'll just take a strap here and slip it around her leg like this and snap it into place. As you can see, while her foot's up, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's pretty loose. So I will do that. Snap a rope into it. I think it's been a year since I've had to pick a horse's foot up in the shoeing stocks. It's been quite nice. Okay, so I pick it up. If you grab the back of the toe right there, you've got really good control of the hoof and the leg. And I just pull it up. Give this a quick tie right there so I can release it fast. And then, quite often, I don't always do it, but a lot of times I take another strap like this and strap them like this. It just holds them tighter, and kind of an extra precaution if something breaks. As you can see, this shoe is quite loose. Looks like Eli put 4 nails here, and so this is going to be actually a lot easier, because there is, right there I can put a nail after I clean it up a little bit, and I may pull out another nail or 2 to snug it up even more. So I'm just going to take the nail and find that last hole, clean it out a little bit. There's a lot of hoof right here, so that's definitely going to be go in there good. So on every nail you have a little bit of on the head itself, it's smooth on one side, it's got little marks on the other side of the head, and those marks always are into the inside of the hoof. So it's like this. What you have to be very cautious of and make sure happens is that that nail has to come out of the side of the hoof. If it doesn't, you get some serious problems. And you gotta pull that nail out and do it again. But the nail came through fine. So I'm just bending it over, twisting the end of it off just a little bit. If I was doing a complete reset, I would take a file, my rasp, and rasp here beside the nail. But since this is just a temporary fix, I'm not even gonna bother. I'll take the crimpers, and this will go on the nail, and I can bend it right over. Just that one nail in that shoe would probably be enough to hold it till next week, till Eli does the shoeing. But just to make sure, I'm going to try and pull one of these out from this side here and get another nail in here. And I mean, it just seems perfectly tight now, but of course it's not. But I see this one head right here, this one nail is not the best, so I think I can pull that one out, and maybe this one over here too. So I'm going to take my clinch cutter and find the clinch on this one right here, straighten it up, and hopefully I can grab onto that with my little nippers. It's been so long since I've done this, I got cobwebs all over my tools. So I hopefully can grab that nail. That is a very small nail too. I'm sure there was a good reason why he put a small nail in there, but I don't know what it is. Now I got a good hole in that nail, and I'll pull it right out. I'll clean that hole up a little bit. Look the side of the hoof wall over really good to see where I can safely put it in. I got almost all the way tight, and I'm not seeing it come out. So that means I gotta pull it back out again. So that means that nail was heading in too far. So what I'm going to do is bend the tip of that nail just a little bit and try and hit the same hole I just tried. And that should turn right around, make a corner, and come right out. You can see it right here. See, the curve is still on the nail, it just bent right around and came right out. And I'll snip off that end a little bit. And clench it down good. And that's all I'm going to do. I see one nail there, I'm going to hit it. A few of these I'm going to hit and see if I can't grab them with the clincher and just tighten them up a little bit. A couple of them I did bend pretty good, so help that out. So anyway, this shoe is such that I would be pretty confident that would probably make 2 weeks without coming loose again. But I hope I don't even need to have 2 weeks, because I will be be getting the new shoes on next week, hopefully. Now you'll see that the Boreum Drill-Tex, well, sometimes I use Boreum, sometimes I use Drill-Tex, whatever Eli's using at the time. But I would put, I keep saying I, and it's not me, but he'll put that on their toe cork and on each of the heel corks. The heel corks, generally, the stuff stays on really well because it's a bigger area. The toe cork is a small area, oh lady, and it's harder to get it on and keep it on. And also when a horse is pulling, they tend to pull off the toes. And so, okay, I'm gonna let her down. They tend to pull off the toes so the corks wear out fast. The toe corks. So, what I've done is hopefully added 2 more weeks that the shoes will stay on, and by keeping them on, I don't take the risk of having them fall off or get pulled off and tear the hoof up. So now we'll go to the other side because I'm pretty sure that one's loose too. Come here. Here. Okay. This one here, the nail was actually broke. So there's the head of the nail I just pulled out. The rest of the nail is still there, but as I was cut the clinch, it actually slid back. That's why I knew it was broke. So now I should be able to get with the little nippers and pull out the other end. So now I should be able to easily put one nail right in that hole still, and okay, I can feel it with my finger right here. I can feel the tip of it, so I know it's come out. I was a little bit worried about it coming out, but it did. It's right there. So I'll bend it over just a little bit and cut the very tip of it off, and then clinch it. Got it bent over good. Hit it with a nail a few times just for safe measures. And there you go. That's what you call a good old farmer's fix-it job. Hopefully the shoers that were watching this aren't disgusted with how poor of a job it is, but like I said, I'm no professional. I'm not trying to put shoes on, and I've done that plenty. I can do that, but I'm just trying to hold them on until next week till we can get Eli to do a correct job. And we'll just check the front feet. I think they're good though. One more thing I want to do and tell you about before I put Lady away. If you remember when I had the video of the Amish shoer, the Eli, this hoof right here had a pretty good size crack in it. So he had a special Bondo-like material that he used to fill in the crack. And you'll see it's right here, and it's still holding fine, although it's starting to loosen up a little bit. But anyways, there is a crack right there. Not sure if you can see it or not. But he had told me that Bondo is not going to help heal it. It's just going to help to fill in that crack. So one of my subscribers, Ricky, was kind enough to send me a bottle of Soul Pack. It's just a hoof dressing. And so I thank you, Ricky. I do apologize here. It's been a little while since I've had it, and I haven't actually used it. But I'm going to start using it today. Sometimes you get so busy you just put things on the back burner, and I'm a bad one like that. But anyways, it's just to be put on the right here at the hairline, and that will help increase growth in this hoof, supposedly. So let's see how it goes. I don't know a lot about it. I read the directions, but it doesn't really tell me not a lot. But I'm just going to slap some on the hairline. And I guess I just put it in that spot where it's bad. There we go. There. I don't know if I did that right, but I'm going to put this in her stall and try and put it on her leg fairly regularly, on her hoof, so that it might help grow that. Okay, Lady's all done. Good for another week or so for shoes. One thing I do like to do when I'm unhitching my horses are the shoe and socks. If you notice, most of your stocks have a way to hitch them right to the stocks, and that's fine. I am more comfortable actually tying the horse to the wall. That way, there's horror stories about horses trying to rearing up and whatever in the stocks, and if they're tied to the wall, it's less apt to happen. So to me, it's just a safety thing. So I tie them to the wall. But what I do, I have these 2 chains back there. What I would do is so often out of habit, and I suppose I should be diligent and make them not let them do this, but as soon as you unhitch this, they're antsy, they want to get out, so they tend to back right out. And so what I do is I will always unhitch her rope up front first before I unhitch this. I know it doesn't sound quite like what you should be doing because you're supposed to behave in mine and be perfect, but maybe yours are, but mine aren't always perfect. So it's just another safety thing. You can still teach them to stand there if you want, but at least it stops the chances of her backing up and still caught by the halter, and some horses would just freak out and back up more. So it's just a safety thing, in my opinion. So this is how I do it. Way too dark over here for you to see, but I unhitch her from the barn. And here's my lead rope. I'll run around through there. You can see she's getting antsy. She wants out. She's trying to back up already. Oh, go. Oh, 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 no, no, oh, 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 oh. Tackle back. It's not like she backs up fast or hard. It's just that she wants out of there. Guess she's thirsty too. Well, I hope you enjoyed this part of the video. We have a part 2 coming up that shows me taking the shoes off Buck and trimming his feet.